Hello, everybody. My name is the Rad Man, and we are here to play some more Mad Games Tycoon. Last time, as you know, we kind of had a little bit of a rocky start, and that's because I played this game quite a while ago when I first got it, and it turns out that the strategy has changed like a ton. It's actually almost impossible to make money making games at the start of the game. So that was my main flaw in my system, was trying to make money in a way that's actually not very easy to make money, if even possible, in the beginning of the game. So we're going to just do what we did before, Rad Games. I didn't know that this gave you certain sales. I, I need to decide a better sales bonus because fighting games are not something we're going to get for a while. So we probably want arcade. I wish it would tell you which one it is. Does it tell you? Oh yeah, it does. Okay. We probably want either arcade or one of those other few that are, you get them pretty soon. I think we'll do either. No. I think we might do a skill one, because skills usually trending most of the time. So either probably just go with Sweden, just for that sales bonus for when we do start making games. But it turns out that, why did I click that? It turns out that what you do want to do is you want to have, I think it's between 3 and 4 is what most people agree on. You want to have between 3 and 4 workers before you upgrade to the next building. And you want to do contract work and engine making. And that's what will make you money, because contract work is pretty well guaranteed money as long as you have people constantly doing it. And engines, as long as you have either the top of the line or there's no other engine for that genre, you can pretty well always make money on engines. So that's what we'll do. I'm not going to really mess with any of these except disabling the tutorial. Yeah. I don't really want to unlock all the features all at once, because especially starting in 1980, that'd just be weird. We're going to change our special feature, though. We're probably going to do something a little harder to do, a little bit up the ladder, so probably want something like branching AI that's higher level. Our specials genre will be probably one of these three that are usually the starting ones. I think we'll keep it on skill, though. And I was actually wrong. Now you actually do want your office work to be pretty good. Maybe I'm confusing office work and speed. But basically, you want good programming, and you want good skills on these ones, because this doesn't actually matter very much, because we aren't going to be making games until we have the money to do it. And I realized, so it doesn't grade you based on like how big of a game you do. So like a B game is going to be graded the same way as a AAA game, and that's why it's so hard to get good ratings, I think, is because it's grading any game the same. I don't remember what they said about the speed. I'm going to keep it on slow because I did a little test run, and I was able to manage researching features easier when I did it. We'll keep it on normal. I'm not going to do hard, because hard is where a lot of like fine detail strategies like build this X days into it come in. But some of those are outdated too, because we'll build the toilets first, because basically the toilets, just build a small toilet, place the door, and you don't use autoplace really, because it'll buy stuff that it'll buy like sinks and stuff for the toilets, which when we're so short on money, we're not going to spend any more than we have to on stuff. We're going to buy a development room, and the recommended size of a development room, I think I already said this, is 4. I need to see how big the desks are real quick. Is 4 desks. So I think these are just too wide, so we need at least a 4x4 for our development. If I place it next to here, I can actually tell. Let's see, yeah, 4x4. That'll work. And then I guess this will just be wasted space, because you kind of end up with that unless you stretch buildings and stuff. Let's make our desk. So, oh no, 1, 2. I think let's see if real quick if I can actually resize this. I've never tried resizing a room. I believe there's an option for it though. Can I buy a development room? No. Okay. I've never really taken out a room. Change room size. Okay, so let's see. So make it a 4x5 instead. We'll keep the door pretty well where it was, and this is just future proofing. So right now we're just gonna buy a basic desk because we don't have a lot of money, and now we can get right into it. So our strategy now is we're going to do contract work as much as is available, and we should be fine on those. We're not going to make much money, but all we need is enough money to make one game, because that game will unlock the research room, and then we can research features to make better engines, because that's like our main thing is going to be making engines for quite a while. So we're just going to call this game 1, because I don't know, I did find out it is almost impossible to make money, if not actually impossible to make money on your first games, even if you have like trend in the genre and all that fun stuff. It doesn't matter. We're gonna make this a good gameplay. It's gonna have a lot of story. It's gonna have a lot of atmosphere. It's gonna be very beginner friendly, and it's gonna be for the core gamers. Don't ask me how that'll work. Screwing with this too much is probably not good for it. It's not gonna be Swedish. You really only want to do. Oh, I guess it just takes your native language and then auto assumes English. So, I might have to fix that because now, if I want to do English, it's gonna be 5,000 more, because I think it's just 5,000 for every language, but it might add like 1,000 onto it for every other language or something. But yeah, so we'll just develop this real quick. It's just a simple little game. I gave it a lot of story elements, so it's not gonna be very long. You can see that the gameplay's terrible. I like how it's like story is very complex, and it's Tetris. Okay, whatever. I don't remember what that was. I think it was we'll just say it's a skill game, because why not? Yep, it was a skill game. First skill game in the genre right now. Not even worth a look. Not very surprised. I think high 40s is about the highest you can get on your first game, even with all those thumbs up going for it. We'll now. Okay, it did give us. I was gonna say it should have given us the research thing, but then I forgot. You have to actually build the research place. I'm like, why didn't it build it for me? It's like, because it doesn't auto build things. You have to actually build it yourself. So I think that's a 4x5. We can resize this if we need to. Let's get us some desk. And then I also found out that, like, I think it's under miscellaneous. Like, these miscellaneous things, it'll boost morale. These do different things. But all these apparently make it so that your employees just work better. Like, apparently plants improve the atmosphere, so, like, oh, I forgot they take up a whole thing. So we probably aren't going to be able to really use those, but apparently putting those around is a very good idea if you want people to actually work somewhat fast. We don't really have any of these to research because we're not going to do topics really because we're not doing games right now, so we don't need topics. What we need is features and genres, but for now we're just going to do contract work. Yep, that'll be fine. We have plenty of time to do that. And it's said that every month-ish is when it's supposed to get new stuff. And I can really tell it's on slow speed because we haven't got like 90 research things bombarding us. And if we look over here, you can see this game's gonna lose a good chunk of money. Oh, there we go, finally. Okay, research feature, pay for it. That'll let us make an engine. If we don't get a new feature before this one gets done, I'm gonna just make an engine. And over here you can actually check what engines are available. So before you make an engine, you're going to want to check and make sure there's not a better engine already in the genre. Or even most people who, if they can avoid it, they won't even make an engine if there's already one for the same genre. Just because then you're competing, and that's not good. Oh, and then it's also recommended that you actually buy employees, which was something I never would have thought of actually doing. Oh no, look, it didn't sell well. Is anyone surprised? Not really. Not really at all. Yep. Okay, so we'll develop an... Oh wait, what was that? Okay, that's just a video game console. And I think you can make money doing consoles. I don't know how easy it is to do that early game though. So no one's released any engines. So what's trending right now? We'll make a skill engine then. We're not gonna make any games with it for quite a while. In fact, it won't even be this engine. So we're just gonna call it the skill engine 1.0 because it's just the skill engine 1.0. And we'll start naming them funner stuff later. I also found out you should sell your engines for a lot higher price. Like, you can usually get away with even a 3-star engine selling it for about 80,000 as long as the profit sharing's not too high. And this should sell. And if it doesn't, we always have contract work we can fall back on to make money. And we're going to want this to go up because this is part of what gives us more contracts. Because if you read the tooltip, it says, you get offered more jobs, which is the contracts. And I think I have... It was funny. Even when I was a AAA studio, I still could never, ever, ever get... you can do just contract work, which is this, or contract game development, which is, I think you pick everything in the game except for what type of game it is and the topics. And then I think you can maybe even do this subgenre. Oh, I don't have enough money. That's why you pay attention to how much money you have so you can actually research things. But yeah, I totally forgot what I was saying. Dang it. Well, that's interesting. I guess now we just wait for another thing. The problem is some of the... oh, someone released a game. The problem is that some of the guides that I looked up are from versions of the game that have not been current for quite a while. So we'll do another contract. Slow speed. I like slow speed because I've had time to... research things, except it's almost too slow. Let's see what engine came out. Where's my engine? I have an engine out. Are you kidding? It's a skill engine, so we're not making another skill engine. We have 37,000. Can we develop a new engine? Let's see. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, this is a skill engine. Why is it not showing? That is annoying. But anyway, we'll make a puzzle engine since there's no puzzle engines right now. So we'll just call it Puzzle 1.0 for now. give it that. And they said, always select all the options available, because that's really the only way you're going to make money with them, is if it's current and top of the line. I will just put it to 80,000. I don't know why it doesn't remember the cost of the engine. I do remember later game it remembered it, but like I said, haven't played this game in a while. Oh, come on. Oh, he's still making it. Oh, that's no, that's the puzzle engine I just started. I get it? Maybe it just doesn't. No, maybe it just doesn't show your own engine. We'll have to see if it shows Puzzle 1.0 after it releases. And okay, so won't receive any new work applications. That won't be a problem. We're kind of scraping by for the money right now. So yeah, so even though our engine is out, it's not actually showing up. So that's good to know. We don't have any new features yet. We're not going to be able to afford the genre. So we'll do some contracting. And the more contracting we do, I think that's a really fast way to level this guy up. So let's see. So so every time we do a contract, that goes up, which in turn means next time it refreshes the contract, we should get a new one. But yeah. So far, this is a pretty relaxed game, aside from the fact that the second we hire a worker, we're probably gonna wanna make sure we're having at least 2 or 3 contracts per whatever cycle it is that gives you the contracts, just because we'll run out. Yes. Okay. So we finally got our engine licensed, which means we're gonna research sprites, and then we're gonna make an RPG engine with sprites. So we'll get him doing that. Because, yeah, like, some of the guides that I found for this game that are actually still relevant were back before, like, this disable the advanced AI. This did not used to be a thing. And that's how old the guides are. But the strategies still work because they haven't changed that many of the core mechanics, which is why no one's made better videos of it yet. So we'll do that. RPG will take a while. It's quite a big thing, because usually the more expensive something is, it tends to be, it'll take longer to research, which makes sense, I guess. Got a new genre, the platformer. So what we're going to do, I think, is, unless we get another, I forgot, we can only can't see my own engines, but I think after we get RPG, we might get platformer. I don't think we'll have enough money for it. I think platformer is about $40,000. So we'll have to do some more contract work, which I think it might penalize this if the 13 weeks go by and I don't do this. But I'm not sure if that's actually a thing or not. So we'll have to find that out. Get our RPG done. It's 30, 40, 42. Okay. Hey guys, I'm back. So I'm gonna try and edit out the slow spots in this series, because at least at the current pace it could have some slow spots. So I'm just gonna try that, because I don't know. I have this thing with cuts. Like, I sometimes don't mind them, sometimes I do. It's kind of weird. Like, I'll be watching a video and someone will get stuck on a puzzle and then they'll cut to the solution. I'm like, okay, I don't mind that. I'll have other times where someone's like just exploring an environment or something in a game. They'll cut it there and I'll get really, really mad at them. So, yeah, I'm trying to decide which I like more, the lights on or off. I think it looks better with the lights on. Unfortunately, my camera preview is back, so I can see myself. We did make a game this year. I thought we'd already passed that. So, is that gonna hurt this? Okay, so it doesn't hurt our reputation. It just takes away our fans. Oh, I thought it hurt your reputation too. Interesting. So yeah, that's 40,000. Adventures 60,000. We unlocked PC speaker music while I was waiting. Let's see, we could improve an engine. I don't think another one got released, but we'll check just in case. Nope. So we can pretty well make an engine for anything else we want. Which we'll keep developing new engines, because that way we have a more broad variety to work with. So since we paid so much for RPG, we're gonna make an RPG engine. So now we're getting to the point where they're getting a little bit expensive. This is probably a bad idea, but I'm going to have to probably take out a loan. So this is a 5-star engine, so we're gonna make it 90,000 with a tiny bit more profit sharing. It'll be RPG, so RPG 1.0, and then we'll have to borrow 50,000. We probably didn't need to. Oh, no, we didn't need to borrow quite 50,000. But after it's finished up, it should sell, because the better your engine is against the current market, I believe that makes it sell more. Don't quote me on that, but or it might just be a random chance. It probably is just a random chance as to whether or not anyone buys it. Now we're starting to get to the point where we're getting genres. We got 2 of these. Oh, I was hoping you could at least see what they were before you know. It just, I want to know how many weeks are left on those, because I kind of want to know what it'll do to our reputation if we don't fulfill an available contract. Because if it hurts it, then I'm going to make sure I do the contracts before anything else. Holy crap. Oh my gosh, that was the place that licensed our... that's a lot of money. Even at 13%, that's a lot of money. They made a ton of money, though. Yeah, so now they purchased... I don't know if that was the same studio, but once your engine is used in a game, I think that actually helps it out. And especially if you have multiple engines, it really helps sell your engines faster. But now we need money, because... oh, we have money. But I'm still going to do these. We're going to repay back all our loan, because the longer you let that go, just the more money you're wasting. We could even hire an employee, actually. I'd have to buy another desk, but that's not really a big deal. Have him do these. And yeah, let's do that, actually. Let's get 2 more desks, 1 for each room. Right there, and I think I miscalculated the size of area. Yeah, this will fit more. This one won't, so I think we'll have to elongate this room or play with the door on this room or something to get that to fit right. Because we're going to want about the same, number of people. We aren't going to want to have 3 employees, but only 2 available to do research, because that's how you start really wasting money. Joystick driver, and then I guess we'll hire someone. Is that negative effect still on? No, so we shouldn't have any problem hiring people. Let's hire someone, and right now we want either game or office work. Or did I say game? I meant programming. So we'll just hire this person. They're good with sprites and arcade. That doesn't matter as much, because programming is, I believe, what contracts need. That's like, it's also part of a game, but I believe it's more of what contracts use is why programming's so important. Ooh. Okay, yeah, you're fine. I forgot the used to the game speed on fast was making me think. Because since last time we had the game speed on fast, I was like, oh crap, it's not going to finish, and then I was like, oh wait, game speed on slow. Which I think that does actually affect, like, your work and stuff, because, I don't really care about licenses. They are good to have sometimes. Like, my main problem with them is when I was a AAA studio, by the time I actually developed a game I'd bought a license for, it usually wasn't relevant anymore, so the license just cost extra money. But we are not going to develop a new engine because we're researching a feature. Because I usually like to have multiple things started, And we actually might have enough money now to the point where we can have it automatically researching our genres and features. Let's see. Nothing's going to break the bank, so we'll have this guy automatically doing this. Just check. I don't think any new engines released, no. So we'll just make an engine in something we haven't made an engine in yet. Let's see. Engine 0. We will call this our Arcade 1.0 engine. And this is going to probably, 58,000. So they're getting more expensive, but we can sell them for more. We'll sell this guy for that is 100,000, right? Yeah, okay, not $1 million. We are not selling it for $1 million. So we're selling a 6.0 for 100,000. Should be pretty reasonable. We'll put him there. That way we can be researching stuff and doing that. So 40 Realms got one of our engines. I think that was the skill engine. Didn't really read it very fast, or at least not fast enough. And this is like a very basic setup, but I think this is just how you continue to do it, is just keep making engines. And then, because we have to buy a building to get the upgradable things, because we'll need to be able to upgrade our employees' stats before we can really make games. Because if we were to make a game right now, we would only be doing, like, music and sound is only an 18, plus there's not really that many features for music and sound. Like, if you can, like, improve sound and stuff, you'll do good. And then another thing I really want to get into is production, because the way we're doing it now, I could actually do production work for other people as another contract, which would be awesome, because the production machines are really expensive, but the contracts for a production machine, since they're so expensive, are almost even more expensive. We'll do adventure, and then we'll make an adventure engine, since we have the money. Stay ahead of the curve. 140,000 off of the puzzle engine. So our puzzle engine has definitely paid for itself, especially since it made us so much money from that one game. I don't even remember what the name of the game was. I was just like, holy cow, 240,000 off of shared at 13%, I think was what that one was at, is insane for an engine. Because normally, like, especially when you get closer to the end game, we're going to remember features. There we go. Especially near the end game, engines that make, like, I've had engines that make $1 million every time, but that's because they're higher value and I have higher profit sharing, because they're like up in the 30s, and I think you can go in the 30s. I can't remember what the like very top one is, but you can get pretty high in the numbers when you get a lot of features stacked on top of each other. And so we'll get platformer. We'll drag this guy off it, because it'll never get done if we don't. Because ideally I'd have an engine made, and then I'd research another genre, and then I do another thing. Okay, economic simulation, and I think that's the last genre that's been unlocked for now. So that'll be fine. Just check our engines. Oh, there's another one. So we're probably not going to do an arcade engine for a while. What's their rating, actually? If they're a really low rating... Oh, no, they're 6. Yeah, so that's the other problem, is sometimes the competitors can get better stuff than you, because I don't even know if they have to pay to research it or anything. I think the random competitors just randomly spit out a game with randomness. So I'm not actually sure how it works with the competitors and their engines, but they usually have it a step ahead of you, which is annoying. We got scripted AI. That's really, really, really useful. That one kind of puts your engine above the others when you have it in it. And you can see our engine maker is actually falling behind. We'll do a contract work really quick. You pick an idiot. I'm like, I want you to do the contract work. they both go over and do the other thing. We'll be fine to auto research things to improve our engines. Now the only foreseeable problem is that our new engines are going to be like light years ahead of our older engines. So we'll make a platformer engine because platformers should be the most like interesting thing right now. Make sure we up the price. I really wish it would just remember that, but can't ask for everything. Platformer 1.0. I think I've been forgetting to put the 1.0 in, but oh well. You, my friend, need to make this, and then we're not going to make another engine until we get the scrolling and adaptive AI, I think was the other one that's been unlocked. We can now research sports. That's, yeah. In real life, I don't prefer sports, but we'll get it anyway because the more stuff we have, the more money we can make. So I can definitely see why I wasn't making money because with the engines like I'm making now, it would probably cost you $200,000 or $300,000 to make a game, and until you start leveling up your people and like fixing bugs in games and all this other stuff, you're not even making money on them. Another feature released. I thought I had that set on auto. I could have sworn that was on auto, but oh well. Must not have been. Another interesting thing we could actually try and do in the like second or third tier of building is we could try and see about making a console. Except those are interesting. Now, I'm actually curious. What if I borrow $1 million? Yeah, okay, that's what I thought. That means that it probably doesn't count if it's from the bank, so it probably means I have to have that much money just on my own, making it with no debt or something. Because I was going to say, if we could get a production machine going here, that would be awesome. But, you know, they make ways that you can't cheat the system as easily, which makes sense. I'm trying to determine whether or not we are profitable enough. We don't have enough contract work. Why is there no contract work? And I'll just show you what a game development is. So see, to do this successfully, we have to get at least to 50%. The problem is that our people, the way they are, don't do that, and we also don't own the development for any of these. So that's another reason we're not going to be doing that. Really kind of worried that it's not giving us much contracts, because those are like one of the most useful things. We'll do a strategy game. We'll develop a new engine, because why not? I am a tiny bit worried that no one seems to be buying our engines, which I guess that just means when they do start making games in in these categories that we're making the engines for, it means they'll just be there, I guess. And I don't know if there's actually like if there's a timeout on engines, like if they get only 13,000. We'll borrow 100,000 to make this engine. That's fine with me. We're gonna get it made though, because need to make money. Yeah, that worries me that we're not getting any contract work. Of course, we only have a 3%. Oh, there we go. TechSoft has just licensed our engine, so now we can repay some moolah. We own nothing now because I borrowed 100,000 for some reason. I was thinking I borrowed more and I didn't have 100,000. Don't ask me why. I don't really know. And the good thing is once someone has licensed your engine, it means you'll pretty well guaranteed get what's the word for it? pretty well means you're guaranteed to get something out of it afterwards. Oh, I just realized. I think I just realized why we have no contracts available. I think that's because I think that the game development and regular contracts might take up the same slots. Like, you might only be able to have, like, right now at least, like, 8 total. So we might... Nope, never mind. It just... I don't know what's going on. I'm not sure why we're only getting one and why they're so far and few between. But we have them now. The 3rd year marketing department. No, because I'm not making games. Hey, someone licensed a platformer engine. That makes me happy. So now what we're going to do is we're going to do our contract. That's easy money, as long as we have someone actually working on it. Yeah, so he'll have that finished in probably 5 weeks. We'll get strategy. I'm going to turn it off auto because right now it's more important to get features rather than just blanket get a bunch of genres, since not every genre is popular right now. There's still only 2 engines. Yeah, game speed really makes a difference. Because I remember last time, we weren't selling any engines because every engine under the sun had been put out by the time we started actually doing our own engine, which was a pretty big disadvantage. We got no work. I guess develop a new engine. I mean, why not? It won't have the features that we want, but whatever. Plus, I want 1 engine for everything, and then we'll start updating engines to make them better than either. I think for now we're not gonna do better than the competitors. There we go. Strategy. There we go. I think that's how you spell it. Okay. For now we're not gonna make them I'm not gonna worry about making an engine in arcade that has a score of 7. I'm gonna worry about making in other genres that there's no engines for, or updating the ones that are now worse but have made me money. I don't know. I think in here, no, wrong tab. I think in here you can look at your engines. It doesn't tell you how much you've made out of them. I wish it did, because I know that the skill engine made us a ton of money, but I'm not sure if any of these other ones have really sold. I don't think the economic simulation one is sold at all, because I think the time period that you're in also affects it, because I don't think economic simulation is really popular in this time period, if that makes sense. But that's just a guess. We got our adventure license was our adventure engine was licensed, which means most of these engines, just that's not even including the game. Most of them pay for themselves if you set the price high enough. Which I usually like to make them at least pay for themselves if they get sold. So see, we made 153,000 off of that. So it is actually good if your competitors are profitable. I also heard through the grapevine that you can now buy out competitors. I don't have any idea how that would work, though. Let's see. Property, banking. Maybe it'd be under here. Developer. Oh, this just tells you. All of the developers. Wait a second. What is a developer? Because that's not the same. Oh, I think this is what I was talking about. How you can buy them. Oh, cool. You can buy them. Or that might just be buying stocks in them or something. I'm not 100% sure how that works. I think this is just the platforms that you could own. I think if you start developing consoles, you'll get your own little console tab to go on this statistics page. Anyway, okay, our strategy engine is being made. And yeah, like I said, it'll be quite a while before we start making games, because we're going to want to level up our people. In fact, I'm wondering if it would benefit us. We're not at the point yet, though, where we're like, you know, not able to keep up with our contracts or anything, because put him here. No, it would go faster, actually, if I did get more people. Let's just check. No new engines. Yeah, still no new engines, which a 3 I can easily beat. I think my skill engine is a 2, but I think if I enabled all the options, it would now be like an 8 or something. Another 100,000 from them. Oh, so do you not get paid out for it immediately? I'm not sure. Engine has been licensed. What does that mean? Does that... Okay, I don't know what that means if it has just a green. But yeah, I made 3,000 off of this terrible game. I wouldn't be surprised if The Mall is the worst game of the year, since you know, it's actually pretty rare to see it so low. Oh yeah, no, it does. I guess it does pay you, cause yeah, see, so not sure if this means that they only made so they only had enough money to pay me just for the profit sharing. Okay. I'm going to have to look into how that works more. Looking into the statistics just makes my mind go, what? Anyway, let's make a new engine. I've not unlocked a new platform, though. What to do? I think we'll do a new, we gotta see what that good, other good engine was, because we definitely don't want to compete with that engine. So we cannot do arcade. We will probably be safe. So can I improve? So we're not going to do an arcade engine. We're pretty well evenly matched on that one. I'm going to improve the skill engine because I'm now making 8 engines. So this will also keep us from having to just make... So it'll just put a plus after it, but honestly, just skill 2.0. I could do like 1.1, 1.2, but I don't have time for that. So see, this just shows you like how much stuff, like, so we can't have less than what we started with. So we're going to change the price. A level 9, I think we'll just keep going up in let's see. 110. So 110,000, so like every star will add another 10,000 onto it. We'll turn the profit sharing up to 15% just because even numbers. And I believe that's all. So make skill 2.0, put you over there. And there we go. And now we have 10 video game development contracts. That's pretty crazy. But the good thing is we have $400,000. And there's a new engine available. Please tell me it's not a skill engine. Please tell me it's not a skill engine. Okay, it's an adventure engine that's really, really good, so we're going to be stepping out of the adventure place. Hopefully we'll be getting the payoff soon for... We had, like... There... Oh... That's bad. Dang it, I was hoping... Oh, there we go. Someone licensed one of our engines. Yay! Oh, it's good to know that, you know, they're getting bought. Not gonna do this because don't have a console or a game. If you have a console, actually, you can show it off every single year to increase its hype. I'm trying to remember. I think consoles don't automatically go out of production. I think you actually need to take them off the market, or if you make a like a update to them, I know that automatically takes them out of the market. 185. So yeah, we're doing good, making money. Hopefully we'll get to 1 million, because I'm pretty sure if we can get production contracts started in this building, we'll make a ton of money, because like I didn't use the production machines for quite a while. That's lame. And so I don't actually know how that works, because it almost seems like they're paying you for the engine twice. Like if it actually makes, they pay it to license it, and then let's see, because 90,000. I think I only had 500,000, but that would stink if they actually have to make back the money that it took to buy the license. Because look at this. Let's see. So 107. I'll have to pay attention. So I have 600,000. Let's watch for the next time someone licenses an engine and see what happens and how much the engine costs. Let's also see. Do I have anything that needs... Okay, sports needs an engine. Make me a sports engine. Sports 1.0. Have to remember that if I have not made an engine in it already, to just make an engine in it. Or name it 1.0 and not start naming all my 1.0s 2.0. That would be a pretty silly mistake. It's a 9, so 110. Delete a few. Okay, that's 110,000 with 15% profit. Move you. See, so now we're getting like genres faster than we can make engines. Kind of. We're still pretty even, considering that right now we're living off engine money and we've got like no contracts in forever, which is really, really weird. We're at a 3.8% reputation. No fans because fans are games. That's gonna mess up our thing. Oh, we got 2. That wasn't the same developer. Okay, I was gonna be like, how do we get 2 from the same developer that fast? Come on, someone. License an engine. So it turns out that all those games that we got our licenses bought, or our engines bought, did not make very much money. Which is their own fault. Oh, that was just a platform being taken off. I was hoping it was someone buying the engine. Come on, buy that engine. Hopefully our sports engine will help with that. Bum bum ba-dum bum 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 bum. Anyway, let's see. Yeah. So we have 500,000 or 496, but realistically, if anything happens, seriously though, like look at this. There's not been any contracts. I've been watching that, and there's not been a single contract forever. I don't think we have... Nope, no engines that we don't have already. So we'll get fighting, and then we'll make a fighting engine. Also makes it hard because I'm trying to calculate prices of things and having to take into account like this guy's wage and stuff. Okay. No, I don't want to develop a game. I want to make an engine for fighting. Okay, features. No, I don't need to. I don't really want to or need to borrow any money. We're gonna make you 110,000. 110. Yep, and 15. Go. Make me an engine. Oh, I forgot to name the engine. Oh, dang it. And you can't just rename them. That's very, very fun. Dang it. Oh well. And I don't actually know what the work wheel stat does. I just realized that. Yeah. Come on. Here I am trying to perform this epic experiment to see how doing certain things with the engines, like, affects things, and nothing's happening. I also wonder if I put the price of my engines too high. Maybe for some reason 110,000 is just too much. Well, thank you. I was gonna say we're also getting low on money, but then that bill came in, so we're good. That also might just be because I'm not sure if there's a set amount of other... Ooh, 100,000. I think it does pay you outright, so maybe it's like you'd get double paid for your engine. But I don't know. I'm gonna have to review the footage afterwards if I remember, because sometimes I review every single piece of footage. Sometimes I just skim, depending on how long the episode is, because like I said in the last episode, my time is very... What am I doing? Very divided right now. Nope. Still waiting on, what was it? Simulation? Yeah, simulation. We do have a contract, though, so I'm going to have someone do a contract. 36,000, why not? He'll have that done in 9 weeks, no problem. Okay. Ooh, where there's my pause button. Anyway, guys, I'm going to call that an end to this episode. Our goal for next episode is going to be getting that sweet production machine. Anyway, though, guys, thank you for watching. My name is the Radman, and I'll see you in the next episode. Goodbye.